Hi, today we're going to talk about how to eliminate negative self talk. It stresses you out, it makes you feel bad, and it's got to go. I would love it if you'd subscribe if you want tips on reducing your stress every week. Let's get going. You know that voice. It's that voice that just tells you things like you're not good enough, or you're not doing enough, or you're not doing it right, or you're missing out, or somebody doesn't like you, or all of these different things that we can negatively tell ourselves, and it makes us feel bad. And you know that it's the negative self talk when it just makes you feel awful. And I always say that's when you know it's a lie. And bear with me for a second. So, when something is a lie, it feels really bad because think about this. When it's the truth, there's something in you that knows it's the truth. Something in you is like, yeah, okay. Because none of us are perfect, right? We're humans, we're not perfectins. So, we all have stuff we want to work on. And that's all okay. But when we get on ourselves and tell ourselves lies, that's what I'm talking about here. And it has to go. And I call this 5 steps, fire the liar. So that's what we're going to do to eliminate your negative self talk. Step 1, pay attention to the things that you're telling yourself that make you feel that way, that make you feel bad. And it can really help in the beginning to write it down and keep track of it because you will see patterns. That negative self-talker loves to pick subjects and talk, talk, talk. Mine loves to tell me that I'm fat all the time. Oh my gosh, she loves it. I'll get more into that in a minute, but it's been going on my entire life because magazines, they tell us we're supposed to weigh 27 pounds. So, anyway, that's one of mine. We all have them. So, pay attention to that and write it down so that you can see those I want to say trends or patterns and identify them immediately when they come up for you. So, step number 2, when you say it, you'll notice it, it'll make you feel bad. Step 2 is, would you say that to your best friend? Really ask yourself that question. So, would I call my best friend fat? My best friend is far from fat, but no, no, and I wouldn't have a friend who would call me fat. One day I was on a hike, and that's when this all occurred to me, and I was in my head saying horrible things to myself about myself. And it dawned on me in that moment, Annie, would you have a friend in your life who talked to you this way? No. The answer is absolutely no, and you wouldn't either. So question and ask yourself, would you say that to your best friend? Okay, and let's take the fat example. So let's say, Annie, I would talk to my friend about her weight. So let's get to step number 3. And maybe you would talk to your friend about her weight, but you would never call her fat. But let's just say you're saying that maybe you would talk to her about that. So that's not the absolute lie. So step number 3 is to find the absolute lie. And it will be something like, just going to stay on this example. It makes you unattractive or unlovable or unworthy, right? And you would never say any of those things to your best friend, that she's unattractive or unlovable or unworthy, right? So that's the absolute lie. Now, when we find this, we are firing that liar. In the beginning, it can be helpful to name your liar if you want to, if that resonates with you. In the beginning, when I started doing this, I named my liar Fanny. Now, if your name is Fanny, I am not trying to insult you at all. It was just a derivative of my name. So I would say, stop, Fanny. No, Fanny. No, you're a liar, Fanny. So that could help. Or you don't have to use a name. You can say, stop. No. Or you can just say, fire the liar. And then instantly, step number 5, okay? I want you to find something to appreciate. I'm not saying go and write a gratitude list. I think appreciation is stronger because you can use gratitude and love in that appreciation for it. So those are your 5 steps. And I would love in the comments to know what are the lies that you tell yourself, because other people reading that can spark them to think about, gosh, what am I telling myself that's not true all the time? And it's making me feel bad and it's stressing me out. Just by doing this one thing, you're going to lower your stress levels. and you're gonna be a whole lot happier because you will determine that this voice in your head, it's gotta go. You gotta fire that liar. If you would like a PDF to help you with this, I included one down in the description that you can download, and it will lead you through all of it. And it has spaces to write these things out, because in the beginning that can really help you to identify it. And then once you master this, you don't have to write it all down anymore. But in the beginning, it will, like I said, help you determine those patterns. If you liked this video, I would love it if you would give a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe, because I will be coming every week. I want to talk about things that either you haven't, I mean, obviously you've heard about negative self-talk, but I want to give a new perspective on things. And my goal is to help as many people as I can eliminate high stress, overwhelm, and anxiety, because it doesn't serve us. I've been there. It is not fun, and it's gotta go. I'll see you soon. Bye.